Hello, my name is Jake McClintock, and I did my presentation on fish camps and Eskimo villages. Going to slide 2. Where the fish camps started. These people were actually native to Alaska. They either came from South America or North America that were originally here, or they came across the land bridge that was here a very long time ago from Asia. So these people actually, there wasn't like one specific spot where these fish camps started. There's actually a lot of different spots that they started. So as the people came over and migrated from different places, the different tribes broke off. So as these different tribes broke off, different startings. But as you can see today, there are specific areas where these tribes settled down, and that's where they kind of started in the first place. So but there's also the problem that these people are nomadic. So once these people found this plethora amount of food, these people started moving around and following it as the seasons went on. So that was also a main reason why it's hard to find out exactly where they started, but it did start in Alaska. Go into slide 3. What does Eskimos sleep and live? The different types of houses they make. So these Eskimos, as they evolved and learned over time, they made totally different amounts of houses. Some of the houses include sod huts, and these are the ones that were used in the very Arctic, very northern side of Alaska. And these were so they could stay very warm while still being very functional. These sod huts would actually go underground, have sod and dirt over the top of them, and they would be crafted out of wood and spikes and stuff to hold everything up. There was ventilation for fires, there were spots where they could keep stuff cool, and it worked as a very good living environment. But how their homes changed compared to where they lived. So they lived in a lot of different places, and Alaska is a very large place where there's a lot of different area to cover and a lot of different temperature range. So in the southern part of Alaska, they were able to use thinner teepees out of deer hides, or even smaller than that, sticks with mud on it. But as the farther went up, they had to be more insulated and adapt to what was going on. But they also changed in their seasons. So in the summer seasons, when they were chasing elk and stuff through the prairies and everything, they had very light shelters because sometimes the elk moved miles and miles away, and they would have everyone pack up stuff. So they didn't want to be left behind or having to sit and wait. Slide 3. How the fish camps are ran. So the fish camps are actually ran where it's very separate. The one house is all males. All the hunters, they always go up and they go hunting, they go on their treks together. The other house is the females, their daughters and sons. The thing about that is, until their sons reach a mature enough at age where they can be a valuable resource to the hunters, they actually stay with their mom and help back in cooking and cleaning with all the meat. The roles in our society are actually found in these Eskimo cultures. In some cultures, they are brought to, hey, you're going to be this, and that's what you have. They don't have a choice. But in the Eskimo culture, they have where people can find what they're good at. The sons or the daughters can find what they're good at as they're growing up. So some people, according to the history culture of Igugi in the Eskimo land, there's some that are a lot better hunting elk and chasing elk down. So they'll lead the tribes on that, or they'll go out with the guys when they do that. And some are a lot better at fishing, or they just have better luck and they know where the fish are going to be. So they get put on the head of that. So slide 4. How the spiritual side shows their culture. According to AlaskaNative.net, they follow a shaman law. And shaman law is kind of a weird law itself because there's only 2 types of shamans. There's good shamans and bad shamans, and then there's just ordinary people. The good shamans are a majority of people that can go and bless people on the way of hunting. They can bless their food. They say grace, or they say their prayers to the people, and they're healers, the medical people of the tribe. But the bad shamans, they're horrible people. They cause curses on people, they hurt people, and they always just want the worst. And how the religion is today, it's actually died down a lot. They do not practice nearly as much, but there is rumors that are going around on the research I found that there are still some bad shamans that will go out and curse and try to hurt other members of the tribe. Go into slide 5. How they have adapted over time. So the special tools that some of the women use is actually a ivory broom and slash knife. It's a very weird setup. You can see it on the slideshow itself, but it's made out of walrus ivory. and it's very brittle, it's very strong. You can use it for multiple purposes: cutting meat, cutting hide, skinning deer, skinning elk, skinning fish, gutting, and everything. It's a very versatile tool that can be used inside the house. The clothes they wear to stay warm throughout the winters actually varied, or at all. So, as the people came over, they also had their original traditions from however many years, hundreds of years back. But as they got smarter, they started being able to make clothes warmer. They found which pelts were lighter but stayed just as warm as the heavier, like a bear pelt compared to a elk pelt. You could stay just as warm with an elk pelt, but it's not nearly as fatty or as thick as a bear pelt. And that was some of the things that they just evolved over years as they found new species in Alaska and stuff like that. So the techniques that they've been using while hunting and fishing has also changed. So how they go and hunt for elk out and chase them down throughout the entire state of Alaska or in their territory is changed drastically. Before they'd have to do it on land, then they started horses, and now even some of them they are still doing the walking, but most of them adapted to horses and other things like that to do it a lot more efficiently. While with fishing, they go out and net for sockeye salmon and other stuff like that, which works out very well. And my sources include Alaska Native Corporation and this. Thank you.